Hey there, welcome to the Lumiere channel. I don't know if we got the beginning, but welcome to the Lumiere channel. This is pile 1, 2, 3, 4, green, purple, blue, yellow. For those of you that are colorblind or color challenged, yeah, this is not the best representation of these colors. I'm sorry, but this is green, this is purple, this is blue, this is yellow. Or 1, 2, 3, 4. So I will be reading from these for your weekly love guidance. Hello. If you like this series, please let me know in the comments and give the video a thumbs up and share it with a friend that might need the guidance too. Okay. All right. Let's start with 3, blue. Oh my god. Alright, so we have the Page of Wands in reverse, the Moon in reverse, and Make the Effort. Make the Effort says, great love is worth taking the steps you are guided to take. Page of Wands in reverse, and the Moon in reverse. When it comes to your love life this week, you might be, I'm picking up on 2 things, so I'm just going to start talking, and then I hope you can stay through the whole thing to see which one of you shows up in this guidance. Sometimes it's difficult to know what we're being guided to do because there's 2 of us inside. There's a part of us that wants to screw it, and there's a part of us that wants to do it. So this week, what are you guided to take? What are those steps that you're guided to take? I feel like the moon does this really weird thing where it will sort of mold these personalities of yours into one. But does it mold them well? Meld them well? Do they come together well and fit nicely? Or are they, like 2 in this and 1 in this, or just this weird, funky configuration? The the Page of Wands is young, full of potential and gusto. But I feel like he's a little bit tired and looking at where he's come from. And I feel like as love guidance, there is something here about youth for you. There's something here, not so much about, it's a very strange message. Not so much about like how you want things to be in the future or looking to the future, but looking to the past and how you've made the effort in the past and what the effort looks like, or what your results have been as a result of X, Y, and Z, as a result of which part of you was acting. And note, I haven't said whether it's the good part of you or the bad part of you. It's just you have 2 parts. We have multiple facets to us as human beings. We're complex. Don't let anybody tell you different. I always talk about how, there's this love and light self, and then there's this like ego self. And typically the ego is given such a bad rap. And I get that, but I also don't think the righteousness of the love and light is always necessary for every single situation. And neither is the self-centeredness of the ego always needed in every single situation. But when you bring them together and operate as one as opposed to 2 or opposing sort of influences and forces, it makes life easier when they act as one and when they are assimilated to each other. When they rejoin, when they're no longer fragmented from each other. So, your guidance this week, right? Your love guidance this week. Take some time to look at your past, what drove you, where you were acting from, what you were looking to gain. Did you gain those things? Were they worth it once you gained them? And have that be your guiding essence on what to do from there. I feel like once you look at how you've been in the past and how you want to be, whether the past you were doing things better or getting better results, and whether now you're not, it's not about that. It's just about looking at it, objectively, and looking at where you were coming from, because you may have been coming from the right place but acted in a way that wasn't exemplary of that place, but that's the best that you knew how to, so I would say your love guidance this week is to explore your past, explore this situation the first time it happened in your life. It may not have been in love, it may not have been with this person or this situation, the first time it happened, and sit with that. There's definitely something here about you sitting with yourself and allowing the two parts of you, or the multifacets of you, to come together and find each other and find some sense of camaraderie. And it doesn't always have to be 50-50 at all given moments. That's all I'm going to say about this. If you would like a personal reading, come through, okay? I'd love to hear from you in the comments, and definitely share this with a friend. It might help them out in ways that you don't even know, because we don't always express what we need to our friends. Thank you. Keep your light on and good luck, okay? Hey, Purple. Hey, number 2. BJ? Getting to know each other in reverse, that was like the Victory. The 6 of Wands and the High Priestess. Oh. Alright. The 6 of Wands is a Victory. And I feel like this week your guidance is to quite blatantly turn your back away from trying to understand the other person, the other party, the other, and do that with yourself. Use that energy to understand yourself. Pull yourself away from what's been taking your attention in love and put that attention back on yourself, boo-boo. Back on yourself, boo-boo. And that is the best course of action this week. To understanding yourself, understanding your needs, feeding your needs, looking back on your goals, looking back on what feels right to you, what for you, excluding these other parties or party that has occupied your mental, emotional, psychosocial, physical space. You know what I mean? And that's not to say that they are a bad person. That's not to say that they don't deserve your attention. It's just this week your love guidance is to move away from that for a hot second to the best of your ability and to focus on you. To focus on you. There will be parts of you that will look back and, back as in to the person or people, things, love situation that you've been dealing with, and you'll still deal with it. I mean, we're not robots, we're not monsters, or automatons. You still can do both, but it's like 75% of your energy ought to be on you. What do you need? Not what's going to get me to them, what's going to get them to like me, what's going to make them want me, not what's going to make them stop, what's going to make them go, what's going to make them. It's not about them, it's about you this week. It's about, okay, what's going to make me feel okay? I need to talk to them. Okay, well, what about that would make you feel okay? What if they don't pick up? What if they're unavailable? What if they don't respond? What if they don't call you back? What if they're not around? How does that help you? It could. It definitely could. Like, approach this with no judgment. It could, in that it breaks you where you have to, forced to pay attention to yourself and your feelings because they weren't there for that. because they weren't supposed to be there for that, in a way. You know what I'm saying? So getting in touch with yourself and taking those whoopsies and wooies as a call to spend time with the person that's the hardest to spend time with, and that's yourself. Your flags, your intuition, the things that you've known but gave excuses to, the things that you've noticed but said, I mean, it's a small red flag. And that happens. Like, there's going to be red flags all the time in great situations and in not so great situations. How can you know as a human being that is the red flag that will come back to bite you in the end, you know? And even then, sometimes accepting a red flag is a part of the journey. It's not a bad thing. It's not a good thing. It's a flag that's there. And can you withstand and absorb some flags? Absolutely. Life is fluid. Life is malleable, and perspectives change. So this week, I am feeling that blatantly your message in love is to turn your attention away from this person and focus on yourself. This energy. And that's not to say something bad happened. Things could be going really well. And you could now go, you know what? Yeah, I feel like spending time with little old me. Let me focus back on myself now that things are going okay. Or now that I know what I know, I am in a much higher position, a better vantage point to see that this needs to be left alone for a hot second while I go tend to myself, my heart, my emotions, and what I need to reorient myself for myself, you know? So that's what I'm picking up for you for this week. I hope it helps. Share it with a friend that might need it. You never know what people might need to hear that they aren't able to share with you, or that they aren't even aware of themselves. And also, don't forget to like the video and definitely leave me a comment. It really is nice to hear from you all in the comments, so I don't feel so alone when I'm reading. Alright, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you. Keep your light on. Good luck. If you would like a personal reading, information for that is in the description box below. Alright. I should probably do this because I've read them so that I know. Hey, Green. Hey, number one. Number one. Number one. Hey, number one. Number one. Hey, number one. Your guidance in love is to stop fighting. To take a break. To take a break. Take a break from doing so much, from putting so much energy, from trying to drive this engine, from doing, I don't want to say the most. I don't feel like you're coming from a doing the most place, but you may have been doing the most by nature of just doing so much. It's okay to take a break. It's okay to let bygones be bygones. It's okay to let there be some tension in your romantic life. Now, if you are dealing with someone, I'm just realizing I could have done a singles versus not singles. Oh, well, maybe I'll do a singles read another time. But I mean, this applies. Like, if you're single still, if you're not feeling romance in your life, if you're not feeling the home and family and relationship that you wanted, it's time to take a bit of a break from it this week. This week ahead, like, stop swiping, stop trying, stop trying this week. Like, that's just the message, whether you're single or in a situationship or in a relationship or whatever the case may be. Like, stop trying this week. Stop trying so hard. Stop trying so hard, and focus on getting yourself back together. Like, yourself, you know. Feed your inner child. Go play. Do something fun for you. Really, that's what I can say. I'm not picking up much more of anything. The Four of Wands is in reverse, and so is the Seven of Wands. The Wands are a suit of desire, passion, action, for sure. And that, with all these wands, just down is like, put the fight, like, put it down, you know? And in terms of like, take a break. Take the week. Take the week to relax from whatever this romance or lack thereof is. If you're feeling this week that your romantic life has lost its sizzle, put some tension into it and don't act. That may be counterintuitive. If you're feeling that your relationship has been losing its fizzle and you've been struggling and you've been fighting and you've been trying, don't. Put your wands down. Stand down. You know? And see what happens. Yeah. See what happens. Yeah. If you'd like a private reading, come through. Information for that is in the description box below. Share it with a friend. They might need to hear one of these messages. And I'll see you in the comments. Let me know what you thought of your reading. And I will be waiting with a shield to take your bashings for the week. Keep your light on, honey. Good luck. Oh, man. What a week. So we have healing family issues and Three of Swords in the upright, healing family issues in the reverse, Three of Swords in the upright, and the Ten of Pentacles in the reverse. Cool. What are we getting from this? Your guidance this week is to tend to your healing, or tend to someone's healing. Tend to you. If you're not quite sure what to cry, man, cry, and go back into your past, into your family. This has roots. This has legs. Whatever's happening in your love life this week, however it's affecting you, whatever's not happening in your love life this week, however that's affecting you, has legs. It has legs. It has a history. It has roots. And by that, I mean the reaction that you're having, the experience that may have been manifesting. And I don't like saying this because it does feel like no matter how much you try and heal the past, shit just keeps popping up and it's like, but I can't keep doing this anymore. And that's true. I'm not saying that what has happened has necessarily is because of your past and because when you were younger, this happened. But there's something to it. This week, if this hits, if there's something that's making you sad in your love life, if there's a situation that's bringing you a sense of sadness, a sense of forlornness, a sense of not discord, but not even disdain. There might be some disdain, some anger, heartbreak. And you have a moment to cry, or if you've been crying and having this purging process, that's a good thing, especially if it's been happening. That's a good thing, because, and also rather, invite yourself to, as you are crying and purging, to go into your past. When was the first time you felt like this? When was the first time you felt alone, abandoned? Could it have been something with your family? It could have been a small moment. It could have been something that you rationalized as an adult and said, I needed to do that. I'm not about this whole, oh, I didn't have la 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 la. Could it have been a moment 10 years ago from this date that affected and impacted you in your trajectory and your life, and it's showing up in your love life for this moment, for it to be purged and reconciled within yourself. If you're single, still, this is amazing. If you're in a situationship, this is great. If you're in a relationship, it's not yet time to talk about it, but there may be a time to share, and that's going to be the time after high range of emotions has been allowed to pass and you're not so keyed up. When you can actually articulate something, something will need to be said. So your guidance this week is to purge. Your guidance this week is to let go of what has been inside you. Oh, this is so lovely. What has been inside you for the past 10 years, or when you were 10 years old, or when you were a younger child. Things that happen, and they could have absolutely nothing to do with your love life. Again, it could be just feelings of when did you feel alone? When did you feel abandoned? When did you feel discarded? When did you feel like a burden? When did you feel like you needed to XYZ? It could be something completely unrelated to whatever love situation, if there's any love situation happening in your world right now. What I'm really picking up here is like someone who is, oh man, this is a glorious friggin' message, and I love this, and I hope that whoever's listening to this really gets this and can feel the heart of this message, because my heart is absolutely feeling it. This week, you are moving through shaking off something that has been affecting you for a while. It could even be something like 10 weeks. Something that's been going on for you for 10 weeks. And in the past couple of days, it's really come to the surface for you. This week, it's a chance for you to heal. And it's almost like you may reach the pinnacle of this hill, of this mountain. And you know the pinnacle of the mountain, it sucks. It's the highest fucking point. Like, it's just like really the breaking point, and then you just start going down to normal. So if you do experience that this week, that sucks, and I'm sorry, and I'm giving you a hug. But that is the point that you need to reach to discard this stuff and move into something better. I feel like you will be starting to rebuild in a way that is more better, more without this baggage, which is nice. I feel like you are leaving whatever segment or fragment of yourself has shown itself here. You'll be bidding it adieu this weekend. Wow. At this pinnacle moment. If you've already experienced the pinnacle moment, this week is about you cradling yourself and moving past those memories in the past and allowing yourself to move past those memories, allowing yourself to break those cords, break those ties, and move past those experiences with grace. I want to say forgiveness, but that's hard. I do still want to say with a healing energy. Our parents are who they are. They're still people. They're not infallible. They're heavily fallible. It just sucks because they are put in a position, once you become a parent, you're put in a position of being a god to your children. And it can be very heartbreaking and jarring and dissonant moment where when a child at whatever age finds out that their parents are actually infallible and they realize that their parents are human and heavily flawed. That's a very breaking moment, and if it's not handled well with cognizance, there's a lot of extra resentment that's added to that energy. So if you were 10 and that's the moment you realized your parents, your family, the people around you were in fact only human and not gods, that's a moment. So in any case, what I'm saying is, as you move forward, as you move through this week and you're going through this healing over your past and how it affects your love life, the understanding and forgiveness may be of value if you can get to that point, okay? Of others and yourself, of being a child, of being incapable of moving. Or if you did believe you were capable, that you didn't have the strength, and forgiving yourself for not having the strength or the will or the know-how to move. And really mourning that and feeling that and saying, I didn't know any better, but now as who I am, how would I rewrite that? And maybe going into a meditation and actively rewriting that with you as your adult self, going back into the past and saving the day, whatever that looks like. Or realizing that, what happened and it couldn't be saved, but it was exactly what was okay. You'd be surprised how our imaginations can do that sometimes. So I wish you everything, I really do. Good luck with this. Please let me know in the comments what you think. Comments really do help, and it's nice to know that people are watching and engaging. So feel free to like the video, that would be awesome, or dislike it, that's also okay.